Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to target your highest value website visitors with a technique that's not often talked about that I think you're going to find very, very interesting. Before I get into it, I just want to very quickly ask you to hit that thumbs up button and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. I'm releasing Facebook ads, related content, tidbits like this all the time. I think you find it very, very valuable to do so. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over into the audiences tab, which is obviously where we create custom audiences that allow us to target or retarget website visitors and things like that. If you're not familiar with that process, I'll include a link in the video description below that has more detail around how to target website visitors and stuff like that. In this video, I want to focus on the highest value website visitors, which is a perfect audience to target if you've got a reasonable amount of website visitors, or you don't want to spend too much money on your Facebook ads. You want to really just limit your advertising to the best possible people where you're highly likely to get an amazing return on ad spend. So if we go ahead and click on create audience and then custom audience, and then we select the website option because that's how we advertise to people that visit our website in the first place, and we click next, you'll see that we're presented with a window that has tons of options. There's one very obvious way to target your highest quality website visitors, and there is a less well-known way that I'm going to talk about. So the standard default is just to target all website visitors, okay? And I have videos recommending that you do something like that. But you can also, for example, and this is the obvious way that you'll already be familiar with, target visitors by time spent. So you can go with 25%, 10%, or 5%. So for example, if you only wanted to target to advertise to the people that spend the most time on your website, so the top 5% of people that spend the most time on your website, this is how you go about doing it. And then with retention, you'd often want to increase the specific time. Now, that will work really well for a lot of advertisers, and that is going to be, for a lot of people, their highest value website traffic. However, there's another option. If you go ahead and select the page view event, which I imagine most of you have got the Facebook pixel installed, the page view is going to be the standard event that is triggered when people go visit various pages on your website. You could do this with other events, but I'm going to show you with the page view. And then if you click on refine by, you get a couple of options. The option I want to talk about here is frequency. And you can see that Facebook's default is frequency is greater than 2. And you've got lots of options, so you could actually limit your retargeting only to people that haven't visited your website a lot by saying is less than. But if we're going after our most valuable, you can imagine a scenario that looks something like this. I only want to advertise to people that have triggered the page view event greater than or equal to 10 times. So what does that mean? I only want to advertise to people that have visited or loaded 10 pages on my website. That could be in one go, that could be over several times. You could make this number whatever you want it to be. And you can start to see why that could be a tremendously valuable website visitor audience to target, why you would want to do that. This is going to depend on certain different businesses and your website construction. If, for example, you went with the previous option of visitors by time spent, that might, for example, end up with you only advertising people that have watched a long video on your website, which might be what you want, but maybe it's not. Maybe you want to advertise to people that have consumed a lot of your content, in which case this could be a great option. Or maybe you want people that have browsed a lot of product pages. If your website is mainly product pages that have browsed through a load and you've got the perfect offer for, say, a Black Friday sale. Someone's been looking through a load of stuff on my website. They've visited, 12 different pages over the last 6 months. I know they're interested. Boom, let's hit them with a Black Friday offer because we know they're highly likely to be interested. Okay. Now, I am a big fan of targeting all website visitors as well, but if you wanted to get super specific with a really strong offer, for example, the return on ad spend, even of going with something like this, only advertising to people that have visited or loaded 4 pages on your website, or visited 4 different times, it could be one or the other or a mixture of the two, is likely to be phenomenal. We play around with this sort of stuff, and these are the sort of campaigns where you see 20x return on ad spend and things like this, because you advertise it to just the best people. So it works with great sales offers, new offers, and things like that. Obviously, when you're advertising an audience like this, absolutely make sure that you don't spend too much money on them. You could do that by including an ad set with this targeting in a larger CBO, so budget is allocated dynamically, or you could just make sure you start set with a small budget. And the higher this number is, the more you want to have in terms of website visitors. So for example, if you're only getting 1,000 website visitors a month, you don't want to be going with a 10. This audience is going to be too small to run. But if you're getting, 400,000 visitors a month, you could really crank that value up and only advertise to people that have visited lots of pages on your site, maybe come back a whole bunch of times, and they're perfect people to advertise to. Okay, so have a little play with that. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Before you go, one thing I want to quickly mention, and that's our Facebook advertising services. So my company, Lead Guru, is a specialist Facebook and Instagram advertising agency. We create, manage, and optimize campaigns for our clients. If you're interested in us getting better results for you and taking the workload off your hands, the best next step is to book a free call with one of my team members. Link is in the video description below. No obligation call, of course. We can just find out more about your business. You can find out more about our service. We do have a 3K per month minimum budget requirement. So if you're not at that level yet, please don't book a call. But if you are and you're interested, book a call and hopefully we get a chance to work together. Thanks a lot, guys. Best of luck with everything. Best of luck with these hyper valuable specialist website custom audiences. They're really fun to play with for us nerdy Facebook advertisers. If you found this useful, comment below to let me know. Hit that thumbs up button and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. Bye for now.